Okay, I think we're going to get started. So welcome to the Helix webinar series. Today's session is on live prompting. We're going to be covering with Employee Navigator, working with images. So joining me and my co-host, KAF. So welcome back, KAF.
Thank you very much, Sam. What are we going to do today then?
So I was thinking, obviously, from a prompt standpoint this month, I came up actually with a thought. As you know, I run quite a lot of webinars and I really need to talk to you about these nice studio pages. I know you've been designing them for our DWP customers. So could we possibly use Employee Navigator to help me with a talk track?
That's a very good idea because, as you know, I last time said I will play a little bit with images and see what we can do with Employee Navigator. So that's a very good idea. Let's try that out. So let me remove this video and go here to our prompting place. The pages we're talking about, you know, when you use digital workplace, you can have these line of business style pages, and we have designed them so you can use them and you can flip to the different lines of businesses, and it has different things on the screens. You have some things down here, you have a footer, you have some videos eventually, not here, but in some other pages. So I have taken screenshots of these pages. So let's see what happens when we try to use those. I'll go here. So now let's see what we get when we upload an image. You see, I have the screenshots here from these pages. I have some other screenshots we can eventually try at the end, but right now let's focus on this. So the first is the employee portal landing page, and you see it's uploaded here. And when I click here, it's going to look at the image and it's going to understand what's on there. So it's trying to see the images, trying to see the text, trying to see what's on there. So that's what's going on now. I thought, let's do it again.
I know when I've practiced as well, I was really pleasantly surprised that you can actually see what's on the screen and it explains what it's used for, the value of it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've had a couple of hiccups when it comes to talking to the LLM. So now, hey, welcome, it's saying, and how can I assist you today? So it's, you see, it has started to look at things here. So now we can say something like, Sam is going to have a webinar talking about the employee portal. Can I ask you to help with the talk track or the webinar? Something like that. We can ask it to do that and see what happens. So you see, it has actually seen what's on the screen. It's quite amazing.
I'm going to be a little bit selfish and say that it's not enough, it's sparse. I always like to try and include more content. Could you maybe ask it for elaborating on each topic a bit more and also to make it 4 times longer?
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is not enough for a webinar, is it?
No.
It's a high-level overview. So did it see more is kind of the question. And of course, we'll try that. So please elaborate on each of the sections and explain all items within the sections. within the sections.
So
I
again,
want 4 times more text in the talk track.
mhm.
Something like that. Is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, and I think obviously the more you prompt it, this is why it's important that you make sure the questions are very specific. Hopefully, it's going to
I
pull back more.
misspelled a little bit here. Let's see what it's saying. So it's you see it's working for us.
Yep, it's picked up more information over each
Yeah,
topic.
yeah.
Perfect.
So it's still not maybe enough, but I think let's add another page and see what happens.
Hmm. What
Right?
about, yeah, the sub page like HR?
Mm. So I have that one here. So I'll take that one, and then we say now, please, in addition to talking about the employee portal landing page, also talk about the HR page, which is a sub-page of the employee portal, something like that. So you explain what you want. You see, I'm pretty detailed in what I want, because otherwise it doesn't know. It will decide by itself, but I want to control what it's doing. So
What
agent,
is good is it picks up spellings and it doesn't realize that it's different. It can still find you content. That's the beauty
mm,
of it.
yeah,
I've done
and
that myself before in speed.
so
Great.
now it's talking about the HR page here as well, as you can see. And we can continue to refine this more and more, so until we have all the pages there. How about that?
Yeah, we have more pages to include, and you know me, I don't like to speak slowly, and I'm all about speed. So can we
Mm.
also try and speed it up as well?
Yeah, if you remember during the previous sessions, we have created this prompt
Gallery.
gallery,
Hmm.
where we had predefined tasks like the after work hours and the work environment. And when you actually click on them, you can see the whole prompt that I have been preparing, and then it's starting to talk to us. Uh, Something like that is what you look for, right?
Yeah, I definitely remember us also talking about it on the previous call, and I think I'd like you to show more about that with the gallery.
Yeah, because the way we did it in those meetings was actually to use what is called search views in DWP. And if you go here to this page, I think I'll show you.
And then let me know when you're ready for me to tell you what I want it to do.
Of course. So here, this is the studio where you define studio pages, and these are the pages, the ones that look nice. When you want to have Helix GPT doing things for you behind the scene and send it to Employee Navigator, you have these search views, and the one I was localized work environment plan. If we look at that one,
Mhm.
it has the name which I'm using, and then it has this text which is actually the prompt, and it's very long. This field is a little bit small, but this is the way. But when we did this last time, I think people were eventually not so happy with that it is showing the prompt on the screen, right?
No, yeah, that was exactly what had happened.
So when you click here, you see all this bloat thing. Then I said we can actually create an agent instead. And I thought it's a good moment to actually show how you create a new agent.
Mhm.
And that is what I want to go to now. Is that okay?
Yeah, and then we need to ask it to analyze obviously the image and tell us what it can see.
Yeah. But let me explain how that with generating agents work. How do you create a prompt? That is kind of the question. How do you create a prompt that can do this for us? Because we want to plan. First, we want to upload one image. We want it to read that image, and then we want to continue to upload a number of images. And at the end, we want it to actually talk about all of the images in a webinar. That's what we look for, right?
Yep.
So that is a little bit eventually a little bit hard to get to, and you can do it in different ways. I have created a specific agent here, which is called generate prompt for that purpose. I'm not going to do it here, but it is again one of these that you can see, but it could be an agent behind the scene. So it is asking me a number of questions. What is the purpose? Who is the target audience? Key information, and so on. And out comes a real prompt for this. So the agent knows what it should be doing. So the output of this, I'll show you the output here, which is in Helix GPT Manager. In the previous release, 25.1, we had skills. And we didn't have anything called agents or tools because we added that in 25.2. They were there behind the scene, but they are here now. And the agent that I'm using is this one. It's called I call it 1-1, so it comes at the top of the list. But it's Employee Navigator Image Training Developer. So if I click on this one, it has this prompt which was generated before. So you see here it has a number of sections in it, and it's pretty long. So you could create this manually, but I think the best prompt engineers we have in the world are the LLMs themselves. So that's what I'm using. And you might wonder, why is it a hash mark here? Why is it two of it here? This is what is called a markdown format. Formatting of text, and it is a format that LLMs use when they present information for the different text sizes and to get headings and so on. Because an LLM is used to reading text in documents. That is what they are good at. So this format is actually telling the LLM the different sections. You see here, step 1 has got 4 of these hash marks, which means a big title, and the double stars means bold text and so on. So all these things happens in here. So that is the agent, and it's pretty easy to create these agents if you use Employee Navigator to generate. Does that make sense?
It does, and I was going to say it actually seems quite easy to build these new agents and certainly help automate things like this. Can we try it actually with the training developer agent and see what it can do?
So this is the agent, and now you see it's opening the page, and I put this little text in just to give us this welcome message. This is just doing that. Behind the scene, we have that prompt in the agent that is going to do things for us. So now, if I upload the same image, I don't need to do anything. The agent is taking care of it. I've told it what it should be doing with this page. So now it's going to read the image, and it's going to tell me what it's seeing. That's what I wanted to happen. It's pretty similar to what we saw before, a little bit more detailed because I asked it to be more detailed. And I also asked it to go back and check that it is really seeing everything and presenting everything. And now it's asking, would you like to upload another image, or do you want to proceed with creating the complete training material?
Let's upload the 5 images.
Yeah, let's do that. So we have only enabled one image at a time to be uploaded. So now it will take the second one, take a few seconds, but you can compare this with doing it by hand. It's quite faster.
I was going to say, did you prompt it to do one at a time so you could go and get some coffee?
Yeah, I wish I could do all of them, but one at a time like this, you take the next one. And the limit is not really the prompt, the limit is the UI that we created here. So you can only upload one at a time here. That could eventually be extended in the future, but for now we just doing one. And the reason is this is the first time we're doing it with images, and I really encourage you that are listening to come up with ideas. How can we use this? What use cases should we actually building together with you? And Samantha is going to do a poll a little bit later on. And when she's doing that, I will also ask if you have some ideas and when you want to do it so that we can work together on that. I'm really excited about this functionality. It's giving us so many new options. Traditionally, you had to do some advanced OCR, optical character recognition technology. Now you can send it to the LLM and the LLM is reading what's on the screen. It's really amazing.
I'll tell you, Kathy, it will save me a lot of time, definitely.
Yeah, and
And
then we take this last. Now we have the fifth one. So
why that's uploading, I'm assuming that it can produce manuals and other materials as well, like slides and bullets when we get to that point.
yeah, we can ask it to do whatever. Now it knows what's on the pages, and then we ask it what we want to do. And the first thing was to create the kind of some training material overview. So now I'm not going to upload another image. I'm just going to say B, which is this option here. Like that. As simple as a B. You see? Starting to do the things we have asked it to do.
Really good. Yeah, saves a lot of time.
Yeah, and here comes slides and what we should put on the slides, right? And then there is a suggestion for what we should do here for the test. I mean, we can go and say now show page by page in the slides with suggested images and content. Then also add the talk track that Sam is going to narrate. Is that how you say it in English? Narrate.
That's the posh way.
You see, it's telling you exactly what to say here. And then we can send it actually to a text to, that's what it's saying here, text to speak talk track. So we can send it to an AI that is talking actually. And in next release of Employee Navigator, we actually plan to add the voice capabilities so it can talk to us as well. Okay, I think that was about what I was planning on demoing. That if you want, we can also try another one. I found an infographic here on the web in Pinterest, I think it was. It is an image. You see, it's what do 7 billion people do? What are we doing? We in the world. And it is then dividing it up in different categories. So this one takes a little bit longer for it to digest because it is not as structured and a little bit of lot of information on there. So let's see what it's saying. or do you want to stop here?
No, it's okay. Do you know what I would find if I was doing this all the time? I'd probably not do anything else. I'd be testing it. But it's very
Yeah.
good for my webinars. I know often when I get stuck with abstracts, ideas, trying to pull that content together, it will just mean a lot of my administrative tasks now become much easier because it takes time, right?
Do we have any questions?
No, we don't at the moment. Actually, I will launch the poll because I know when we finish, people tend to run very quickly. We are going to be looking also for content for the next one. We're running these every month. The reason we're only covering little bits at a time, we're aware it's quite overwhelming, and a lot of our customers are still going through getting the agent deployed and also looking at some of the use cases for other agents that we've got. So we're using this as an enablement session. We normally know it's going to take roughly about 30 minutes of doing a bit of a demo for you, but we add extra time just in case you've got questions. KAF is the expert. He's our digital workplace product manager, lots of time and experience working on Employee Navigator. So if you are starting out on your journey, whilst this is only focusing on live prompting, we do run what's new sessions with Deepak, his colleague. We also cover Employee Navigator in other training sessions as well. So please use this as an opportunity to engage with KAF. I'm just here really for the show.
Yeah. No, I think we're working together on this. So, I mean, you see, it is actually describing the image in quite detail here, with the colors and with the icons and things. Maybe we want to use this in an Excel or something. So maybe we say something, show the categories in a table format. With column 1 showing the category, column 2 showing the numbers, and column 3 showing the percentage. In the row below the last category, sum up the numbers and the percentages. So hopefully it can now give us a table that can be that looks like an Excel sheet, or that you can paste into an Excel sheet. Great.
Really good, yeah.
The fun thing is it is actually not doing 100% here, so we need to ask it why it did that.
Maybe it's rebelling.
Why is it 102.95% instead of 100%? So it is explaining why it's doing that. So now adjust the numbers and the percentage so it adds up to exactly 100% without any fractions. Looks better, doesn't it?
Does indeed. I was getting really worried it was going to say something else and we'd be doing some troubleshooting.
No, I mean, this is cool. I think this agentic capability is such an interesting future for us, all of us. So I don't know, did you get any answers on the poll? Is someone wanting to do this soon? Do you have any
Yeah,
ideas of any ways to use this? I mean, this is just one way.
I'm just going to actually unmute everyone because obviously everyone stays in muted. If anyone wants to come off mute and share with us any ideas or thoughts, and again, we would also reach out if any of you want to be part of a session. You can help us plan for it. We will be doing these once a month. We would love to co-partner with you. Otherwise, any ideas and thoughts about future ones as well is also we'll be happy to share rather than come from mine and KAF's ideas. I've just unmuted everyone if they want to speak with us, KAF. Maybe we've scared them. Don't be worried about your job. There's always stuff that you can train the agent to do. We'll keep them busy.
Yeah.
I don't think we've got any questions. So I guess, KAF, we can probably wrap this up. Unless anyone's got any burning questions, feel free to come off mute. Can you just give a recap of what we've covered today? And then we will be setting up our next session towards the end of July next month. So do reach out to us as well, guys.
So, I mean, I started with this empty screen. I uploaded a few images and I interacted with it. This is kind of like a playground, so you get to understand how it behaves. That's how I use that. How is the agent really behaving when you upload an image and you talk to it? That is kind of general how I work with these agents, and it's very interactive, and you can use Employee Navigator for it easily. What we did after that was to actually go and think about what do I really want the agent to do. And we were planning out that it should be able to upload a number of images and then generate the training material. For that, I need to develop a kind of extensive prompt. And I did that by asking Employee Navigator to generate the prompt. And when I have that prompt, which is an instruction to the agent, I go to here to the agent part of ELEX Manager here, the agent. I paste the text. It's coming out in this markdown format automatically. And then I start using it essentially. And then you saw what it did. It created a pretty good training material for Samantha, so she can use that next time she is having a webinar around this.
I just want to say thank you for doing some work for me.
Yeah, well, I think this can help you a lot to do even more. I mean, you are fantastic in generating a lot of webinars, but this will hopefully save you a bit of time so you can focus more on encouraging people to do these webinars.
Absolutely. Well, I really appreciate it, KAF. We hope everyone that's joined today, it's been useful for you. Again, if you have any ideas, we would love to hear from you. We will be sending out the recording and everything we've covered today. Obviously, there'll be no slides because this is a live session. Any thoughts, ideas, fill in the survey that will come as part of the thank you email, and we'll hopefully see many of you again onto our next session.
Yeah, it's likely going to be in August because July
yes,
summer
Sweden.
Summer holiday here, and we have actually released 25.3 in July, hopefully, and we'll eventually have some new stuff we can share with you.
Fantastic. Until next time then, KAF, thank you. I know we'll be doing more webinars. Thank you everyone that's joined today, and we'll hopefully see you all very soon. Thanks everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.